Hooty, hooty, hoo! I feel like I get more obnoxious every time I do that. Or I say it more obnoxiously every time I do it. You guys, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator. I fucking love anything with paranormal, spirit activity, trying to understand what's going on here with spirit and what that means. I love that shit. Also, too, if you know me, I'm super big time into Bigfoot and string cheese and rocks, crystals, and stones. And cussing. To be honest. So, if you're not into cussing, please move along, little doggy, because I don't think this program's for you, okay? With that being said, again, if this is your first time here, this is where I pull 3 piles of cards. You choose any and all that you're drawn towards. But first, I like to speak on something I lovingly refer to as astrofuckery. And usually, guys, I pull like 2 things out of the week to kind of like that I feel like that you want, that you resonate with. But guys, this week is such a big motherfucking week. I'm going to do the best I can to kind of pack this in and still make it manageable, or that hopefully we can work with what the fuck we got at our fingertips, okay? All right. So I just want to say, hey guys, guess what? We're finally into springtime. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's finally spring. Today is spring. It's also first day of Aries season. Fucking right. It's my season, y'all. It's also a month countdown. My birthday's April 19th. I cannot fucking wait. I'm turning the big 40 this year. And on top of that, the very first eclipse of the season is literally on my birthday. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But guys, so today it's spring. Spring is coming. It is here. Wintertime. See you later, ho. I'm done with you. Me and my poor frozen little nipples will be so happy to be finally in warm weather. So I hope you guys are getting excited about the warm weather coming too, into springtime and all the beautifulness with that. And it being Aries season means we have left the forever swimming of Pisces season and emotions. Aries season's fire. It's get up and go. It's motherfucker. It's time energy. Okay. Also too, guys, remember Aries is the firstborn. They the first to initiate, to start, to get things rolling. This is what gets their blood fucking pumping. So if you've had projects or things you've wanted to get done, listen, y'all, we got some awesome Mars energy happening right now. So get your booty moving. Also, with that being said, on Tuesday, we've got a new moon in the sign of Aries at 0 degrees, the beginning of Aries. So not only are new moons a great time to plant seeds, initiate stuff, but also with the sign of Aries being here, being the initiator, the firstborn. This is getting excited about stuff, letting our passion and our fire kind of guide us here. This is going to be an excellent time again for planting new seeds, trying new projects, getting out there. If you've needed bravado, courage, bravery to get things started, this is the week that's handing it to you on a silver platter. We also, the last couple days, just had Mercury move into Aries too. And on top of that, we also had Venus move into Taurus. So we've got a lot of Mars energy right now, not with Venus and Taurus, which is a beautiful place for it to be, but with Mercury being in Aries now again, not only can our, Mars is going forward, and again, we'll get into that in a second. But tying into that Mars energy, also the sign of Mars is changing again this week too. So there's a lot going on with that Mars energy. It's got us all amped up. We're ready to go. We've got new things that we're excited about. We're ready to talk about stuff, get things moving. If you've been waiting on something to come through, hopefully this week is going to bring it to a head or bring it to you, or things will start rolling here again so that we can get some action and we can finally get some, hopefully even clarity or movement towards what the hell we're trying to build here. I want to say with this new moon though, guys, tomorrow, I think it's peaking around 1:20 p.m. Eastern or something, or 1:23 or something like that, in the afternoon. This new moon, again, Aries likes to initiate stuff. They like to be the first. They're very bold. They're courageous. They want to be out there getting shit fucking done. Here's the problem with Aries though. Let's just pick one. All right, y'all, calm down over there. Here's the problem with Aries and initiating, all right? Let's just start there. A lot of times they love initiating, but they don't know how to follow that all the way through or to complete something important here. So make sure to, or maybe also recognize that a lot of the stuff that we're maybe getting excited about, maybe we've got a bunch on the table, recognize that not all of this is going to come to fruition, and really kind of sit down and be clear around where you want to put your energy, your time, and your effort, especially if you want to see something all the way through. What are the things here, especially, again, if you got a bunch of stuff in front of you, what are the things that I can pick and choose that I know I'm going to follow it all the way through? I'm going to be interested from this thing from the beginning to end, or I'm like ready to do this thing and I want to commit myself fully to this. You know, plant those seeds around those things. Be really clear around what it is that you want to initiate, what you want to start, and what realistically that you know that you're going to stick with. Also, too, I think that Aries a lot of times is born. Again, everybody calm down. Maybe to make us crazy, okay? But like, I think also to remind us that like we're supposed to have joy on this path. Do you know what I mean? I mean, think about a little kid, man. When they don't know the world, there's about a lot of like ignorance is bliss kind of feel there with that with children. But like with Aries, there is something kind of childlike about them in terms of their excitement, their wonderment, their passion. They're ready to just go after shit. They're not going to let anything hold them back. They have a hard time hearing no, especially whenever they love something or they're going towards this thing and they really truly believe in it. So I think that with this new moon, just make sure again that we're choosing things that make sense for us, that realistically we know that we want to see to the end, that maybe we've been working towards for a long time now. Where can we plant those new seeds? And to remember to inject joy and happiness into this little journey that we're on right now too. And that, listen, if you're not having a good time, if everything is super fucking shitty, if there is no joy, look for the little ways that you can inject it here. Maybe starting that practice on Tuesday will also watch as that takes you incredibly far and also gives you the energy to put towards the people, places, things, and projects that you're trying to get off the ground too. These relationships or, again, projects, whatever the fuck you're working on here, whatever we've got that passion that we're kind of like channeling into this around this new moon and planting those new seeds. Just make sure that we got the passion behind it and remembering that, like, let joy guide the way. Let joy guide the way. Maybe another thing I would say too, Aries has a tendency to jump in without thinking fully through. So again, before we commit to whatever the fuck is on the table, make sure that we're choosing the stuff that makes sense, that we want to see all the way through, that we are, that we're also finding joy along the way and trying to inject joy here along the way as much as we possibly can. And that we think about what we do before we take that action. And so again, everything in front of us, what do I really want to commit to? And do I really have the time, space, energy? Do I have the open schedule to do what I want to do with this thing too? Okay. Okay. Also guys, this week, Mars is finally getting the fuck out of Gemini. God bless. So this 7-month haul in this fucking sign has been something special, hasn't it? Good grief. Especially with Mars being in Gemini, there's been fighting with siblings, less with siblings, less with home, or like community and like that close community that we're in, dealing with themes of, things of that nature, communication, what's real, what's true, what's kind, what's good, what's really coming through, what's the real deal, what's not, like really kind of finding some clarity here with a lot of stuff. It's now going to be moving into Cancer this week. So it's not really at home there either. Okay. Mars is not really at home in Mars. I'm sorry, Cancer. Mars is not really at home in Cancer. Cancer is very soft, comforting. They are a cardinal sign. They will initiate stuff and they'll get things done. But Mars is very watery and it's the sign of the crab. And a little bit crabby too, to be honest. But underneath that shell, like, they're incredibly kind and soft and loving. They're all for their family and home. Mama's the most important. So with Mars being here, if you think about that Mars Aries energy, that really is about like going out into the world. This is kind of like fighting, duking it out, literal war. Mars isn't just about that, but that's one of those themes. And war, what does it do? It literally tears families apart. So like, it's not, Cancer's not really comfortable here. So even though it's finally moving out of Gemini, we're going to be going into a softer sign. And if we think about, I can't remember what astrologer I was listening to that said this, but it was a great point that she made. that if you think about the way that a crab kind of crawls here, it's kind of sideways, you know. I think it was Channy. So information might be coming to us, or maybe it'll be easier to take action here after this week, coming at things from a different viewpoint, or maybe something sidelines us here, comes the fuck out of nowhere. So it's just best to kind of like, maybe with Mars moving into Cancer, like make sure you're taking care of family and home, making sure that you're taking care of yourself. If we're going to go to war over anything, may it be around like our own sovereignty, maybe also to our own personal boundaries, maybe even protecting family and home here in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully we won't have to do that. Hopefully people will be more chill on the road now. That'd be super great. But also there might be like a passive aggressive feel to this too, especially with water element here. Okay, so just know, again, I know we're all excited that Mars is finally moving the fuck out of Gemini. Something here should be coming to a close with that 7-month journey here this week too. And just know, again, with this new moon, it's seeding something here. Okay, so what is the seeding for you? And maybe how now are you taking action around the things that are most important to you, near and dear? Okay. And then finally, guys, Pluto's moving into Aquarius. What the fuck? The last time, this is the planet that takes the longest to fucking move. And last time Pluto changed signs, I think, was like back in 2008. And that's when, you know, Pluto went into Capricorn. Pluto's now moving into Aquarius. It's going to dip back into Capricorn for a hot minute over the summertime, but then it'll be back into Aquarius in January. But for right now, until at least the summer, I think like June or something, we got a couple months here where we get to kind of deal with those themes. And I feel like Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, sex. Like this is like deep underworld, go into the depths, the emotional depths of shit. And again, this is a planet of transitions and usually connected to death and dying. But again, there's an element here of being reborn. Talk about those taboo things people don't want to talk about, the occult sciences, you know, things, you know, done in the quiet, secret societies, again, occult stuff. So Pluto showing up here and moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is like about the people, about the group as a whole. I think, I think we, the people, is about to take on a brand new motherfucking meaning, y'all. And I think in the most powerful of senses, I'm hoping with Pluto kind of moving into the sign that our connections to each other, that community becomes more important. We understand where we sit in terms of our own community. Who are our communities that we can go and feel safe with and go to the depths of our feeling or the depths of whatever we feel most important, you know, with, that we also feel safe and a part of, and we've got a place there and our voice is being heard. So I do think that, you know, Pluto being this deep planet that really just kind of, whenever it touches something and rolls through something, it's for a hot minute. Again, it takes the longest time and it really transforms this sign and what it means. Usually with Saturn and Pluto, these are the outer planets. It's going to deal with more like society at large, but it does play a part in, you know, our personal lives too. So look to see where Aquarius is in your chart, to see where Pluto is going to be moving into now, to know where you're going to have this deep transformation coming into your life. Just know that however Pluto touches here, whatever it transforms, it's trying to help you to go deep so that you have, really, I think Pluto just helps us know what our story is about ourselves. So again, that we recognize and understand that the power has always belonged within ourselves. And again, I hope it lends itself to Pluto and Aquarius, that we as the people understand, especially if we don't like what's going on with our government or institutions, corporate, whatever the fuck's going on in the outer world, we recognize that we all have a voice here. And if we stand together, we can make real change that way. Please, baby Jesus, hear what I'm saying. Universe, make it happen. And that everybody can get on the same page. But Aquarius also roots technology, AI, things of that nature. So I also think there's going to be a lot of also aliens. So I think that, if you want my 2 cents, I think that we're going to be talking a lot more about the effects of AI and technology and the way that people are able to like maybe spy, look at us, you know, come into our homes, you know, what kind of sovereignty maybe are we giving up here, you know, with technology and AI stuff. I think we're going to hear about aliens, of course, again. Y'all heard about the balloons and shit going on. Who the fuck knows? Y'all know how I feel about aliens. It's the one group that I'm like, no thanks. I'll literally fuck with anything else. But aliens, I'm good. Just leave me out of this. All right? I want no parts of it. But I think we're going to have a lot more talks of that. I think dimensions And like, are there different dimensions and what does that mean? And also to my thing that I'm hoping for with that, like that they go more deeply into, I think this probably has a little bit more with Saturn and Pisces, but like delving deep into like spirituality, the other side, what the hell's going on here, and like trying to find some, if there are dimensions and things of that nature, how do we connect with that? How do we understand like what we're seeing and, you know, and death? What is the understanding of death here? Maybe even changing the collective, the group's idea around what death is because of some of the technological advances, things that we're able to see here and maybe quantify. Oh, all right, now we're getting excited. I don't need to ramble on for 10 more minutes about that. The point is, we've got this huge epochal change coming. Not only was Saturn moving into Pisces just like, like a week or two ago, and now Pluto moving into Aquarius. So just know, guys, like, and guys, that's not even it. That's not even it this week. There's like so much more going on. But those are like the things I try to touch on as much as I could. So listen, from this week, what we can take from it is that whatever we're amped up about, it's time to sit down and listen to ourselves, get clear around what's real and what's not, plant those seeds with what is real and true that we've seen without a doubt. We know what the fuck is real and true now, okay? I feel like the last couple months have really fucking shown us. So take that information and plant your seeds around the things that you want to see to the end result. That you're ready to give all your energy, chaos, fuckery, and joy to, remembering that this journey is supposed to be full of joy, but that we've got to think about our actions before we jump into something. So taking this step by step, thinking realistically, having more joy about our daily life, and really focusing here on like where we want to plant those new seeds, while I think also too, maybe just sitting with ourselves at some point and just listening to our heart's desire and where it's asking us to go and to be. Where do we need new starts? So give yourself that. And remember, you're supposed to have joy along the way. Okay? And remember, guys, we fucking got this. All right? All right. If you guys are sick of astrofuckery, hopefully that was helpful. If it wasn't clear, just be like, Sarah, what the fuck were you talking about? I feel like some people might just say that anyways. The point is, I hope that made sense. And you guys, if you're ready to see the 3 piles of cards, follow me into the next screen. I'm going to talk at you a whole bunch more about how the fuck your week is going to go. All right, see you guys in a sec. All right, card pile number 1. This is for you guys. If you guys pick card pile number 1, your first card is the 4 of Wands. Second card is the Ace of Wands. And your final card here is the Page of Swords. Let's fucking talk about it. So, I want to say this is a weird card combo. That's actually just kind of interesting. First and foremost, okay, the first interpretation that I felt with card pile number 1 is that somebody here with the Page of Swords, because usually whenever a court card shows up, it talks about somebody coming on the scene to either help or hinder. I found that the Page is snoopy, to be honest with you. The Page of Swords here is like watching all your shit. All right. And literally somebody here is watching here with the 4 of Wands. This is like victory and success. This is friendship. This is also like coming into union with another person. I mean, look at them. They're sitting down as equals at a dinner table. Like, you know what I mean? It looks like they're talking and they're having a equal partnership, equal conversation here. And it's because it started with friendship. Now, traditionally, the 4 of Wands is like, getting married to somebody, coming home to a place and you're like celebrating, you know, with all of your people. There's a coming home moment with the 4 of Wands here. And with the Ace of Wands, like this is, yes, card. This is new initiations, new things that we're doing here, new fire, like in terms of like passion and passion projects, like creative things, like just we are teeming with possibilities and joy and excitement. Like we've got the energy now to pour into something that we're ready to fucking go. So there's a feeling here that somebody's watching us. Look, man, if this is around, oh boy, if that is the deal this week, I just want to say then be careful about putting your stuff out there. But just know somebody's watching you, or more people are watching you than you realize. So this is around love and relationships. Yeah, you've got somebody looking at your profile, looking at you. Maybe this could possibly be a friend that maybe wants more here. This can even just talk about like them seeing you like doing stuff and maybe even feeling like they're on the sidelines or something here. So maybe also there was a separation between you and another person and they're watching as you're moving on, being friends with new people, making new connections, having new things happen for you. Just like it almost looks like you just kind of like you're off, you're doing your own fucking thing and they're just watching you. But again, there's almost an element here with the Page of Swords because if you look at these cards, they're kind of joy filled. Especially, well, you know, for this deck it is. For this deck it is. For the Somnia Tarot, the colors in here are more bright, more exciting. You know, with the Page of Swords, there's almost a somber tone to that. And the color here, you know? So again, there's almost like a little bit of sadness, like feeling that they're on the sidelines and or watching. This is around business and career, and somebody's watching your shit. Again, don't be afraid to put it out there. Maybe other people want to start being a part of like whatever the fuck you're doing. So don't be afraid to get your shit out there. Show people what partners you're working with, your new projects. Like get out there and talk about what's going on. Show what the fuck you're doing. Show this new foundation that you've got that you're working with and this new group of people, these new projects, the whole 9 yards. People are literally watching you. What are you doing? Especially if you're holding back from letting people know what the fuck is up. Show them, again, who you're working with, what the fuck you're doing. Talk about these things that are really important. A lot of times though too, like the Page of Swords can even talk about like, keep your stuff quiet for a second. So look, if you're working on something and you don't have a definite something, don't put that out. Like if you're working on something in the background, but don't be afraid to like leave little drops and hints. People are watching. They want to see what the fuck you're up to. Don't be afraid to share here. Cause again, a lot of people be watching. But also that can also mean like your enemies are watching or other, you know, people that are jealous or your haters are fucking watching. So don't give all your information out there. Just give teasers and fun stuff and just let people know what the fuck is up so they can see you doing your fucking thing. This is around health. Fuck. This is around health and shit this week. We need to be watching our heart. With the Ace of Wands here and fire. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say, but it feels like possibly with card pile number 1, we've been having some indigestion. Or maybe like heartburn, literally. Go get that shit checked the fuck out. Also too, with the Four of Wands, you saw that, so it looked like it was people sitting down here eating dinner. And so this may have to do with the food that we've been eating, and we've maybe been like watching that about ourselves, or we've been paying attention to that. So either you or your doctor have been kind of like watching you, hoping that like maybe this is nothing or whatever's going on here. It might lead back to the heart, indigestion, maybe stomach, intestinal stuff going on. And again, this might be going back to the food that you're eating. We might have to look at the food that we're eating and make a fucking choice. Because y'all, like that heartburn shit, I mean, your heart is getting affected. So something, your stomach and your heart is talking to you. Some kind of change has got to be made here. Okay, I know. Tell me to go fuck myself. Who doesn't want to eat fucking Wagyu steak all day? I know I do. But is that great for you? Probably not. All right. Probably not. So take a break, y'all, especially if we're having heart problems, heart indigestion, something's going on here. None of that's good. Okay. Man, another interpretation of these cards could even talk about, yeah, this just feels like, man, for anything else, this just feels like somebody's watching our stuff. And so, like, if you don't want, like, all your stuff on display or you don't want everybody knowing your business, then don't put it out there. But there's other people watching you right now. And again, if this is about, yeah, man, that love relationship, it just feels like somebody feels like they're on the outs here watching you glow bright. Maybe even watching you recommit to another relationship or something here. It's really rough for somebody on the outside here. This has not been an easy go for them. Oh man, listen, for anybody else that got card pile number 1 this week, the only other thing that I would just say, hey, watch out for, especially around this new moon, again, make sure that whatever we're initiating here, we're also looking at the far reaches of how this could possibly play out. So if we're having to make a decision here, make sure that we're thinking slowly and methodically about it, because we got a lot of wands and swords here that don't like to do that. Okay. Wands and swords like to move fast. They don't fuck around. They don't really think about things before they fully jump in. Can we not do that? Don't do that this week. Card pile number 1, really think about, especially the relationships that we're getting into right now. It may feel hot and heavy, like this is the best thing fucking ever. Take your fucking time. And does this thing really have the energy to go the distance? Or is this just like getting excited about this new connection? Let's wait and see. All right. Yeah, anything else, like, may this have a future forward feel to it. And or can I still see myself doing this thing in the future? Okay. So look towards the future. What is that saying for me? How is that, could I really see myself doing this thing 10 years from now? You know what I mean? No matter what the fuck this is about. Final thing I want to say that this could possibly be about with the pages here can even talk about our children. So there might be something here about like, maybe sitting down with our kid and really knowing like what their passion is. A lot of times too, the pages can talk about education. And so maybe sitting and having a sit down talk with a child this week or one of our children this week and just really knowing like what they're passionate about. What are you excited about, man? Like, what do you want to do when you get bigger? Like, and started like maybe just having that conversation around what you're passionate about, getting your hobbies or getting started in those things and really knowing where your place is, And so helping a kid really sit down, understand themselves and find some victory and success around what it is that they want to do with themselves going forward. What does the future look like for them? I actually think that's pretty exciting. And what level of education do we need? Or there might be a theme of education around you this week. And so maybe maybe we go take classes on relationships, how to have better relationships, or maybe classes on how to initiate, or maybe like network with people or something here. Okay. So again, card pile number 1, this is actually, it's weird, but it's a cool spread if you ask me. Just know with a victory and success card like this, it really does depend upon not only the people that we're working with, making sure that they've got our back, that they're actually our friends, and that the fire and excitement is real. Just make sure that this thing can actually go the distance. Okay. Get it, card pile number 1. All right. And if you guys got card pile number 2, here's your fucking gorgeous cards. Your first one is the 2 of Wands. Second card is the 8 of Wands. A lot of wands this week. And then finally, you got the 6 of Wands. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about card pile number 2. You crazy hoes. All right. First of all, card pile number 2. This is interesting because whenever the 2 of Wands shows up, this is my card of sit on your fucking hands, okay? This is just, we need to think of things that we got to do right now. This is coming up with ideas stage. Do not fucking take action yet. Because with the 8 of Wands, this is action. This is fucking things going crazy. Like, this is movement. This is talking. This is things finally busting fucking free. And y'all, with the 6 of fucking Wands, this is one of the few cards, the minor arcana cards, that for me personally, when I read the tarot, when that comes up for me, it works like a major arcana card, because of the victory and success that we have here because we followed our desires. Okay. So this week really has a feel to it. This is all about the timing. You have got to pay attention to the timing. If you jump the gun and you go too quick, you're going to fuck shit up. All right. So card pile number 2, you have got to get an ear to the ground. Maybe there's a person here that you can talk to, somebody to remind you to chill the fuck out. And just like, it's funny with card pile number 2, I got this feeling of like a rabbit ready to fucking go. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's do this. Like foaming at the mouth, ready to fucking go. But like, we really fucking can't. We've got to wait for the timing on this. So if this is around love and relationships, please, I'm asking you, chill the fuck out. Okay. Take a deep fucking breath. We're going to be getting communication here within this relationship here soon. Maybe there's been a period of waiting with the 2 of Wands. Maybe we've been waiting 2 months, 2 years, maybe since February or around the 2nd of a month. Maybe something happened here. Okay. I usually and traditionally read these like the months. So maybe I'm going back to February here. Okay. So maybe we've been waiting since February to hear from somebody. Maybe there's been a period of separation. We kind of had to go do our own thing, think about stuff. With the 8 of Wands here, this is telling me around the relationships. Listen, when this card comes up in love readings for me, this talks about like falling in love. But also somebody communicating, like coming back around and communicating. It's exciting. There's a lot of information, like we're exchanging, like, things are off, like things are taking off. I want to say with the 8 here, I'm looking around the 8th of a month, or maybe in 8 weeks on the 8th of a month. Again, traditionally I read these like the months. So I'm looking no later than August. Are we getting this communication? And then with the 6 of Wands, I actually want to say maybe no later than June with the 6 here. We have victory and success. And so I almost want to say around love and relationships, y'all had to take this time to shut the fuck up and stay the fuck away from each other. I don't care if this is love, lurve, LOV, you know what I mean? Situationship, whatever the fuck this thing is, just friendship, whatever the fuck partnership here. We needed to take some time away. We needed to be quiet. We needed to think about things and really contemplate here around what was most important. Like, maybe also too, like what went down, you know? And then during that time, we made some discoveries. We understood some things. We've got some new ambitions, some new things that we're thinking about now, and we're kind of excited about it. And so maybe there was some clarity that came about because of this period of separation for a hot second. And again, maybe you're realizing this week that I've got more feelings than I realized before. Or like, and look, that could be good or bad. That could be good or bad. But again, my Eight of Wands is my card to fall in love when it comes up, okay? And then with the Six of Wands, like these are such beautiful, happy, and again, guys, Six of Wands is desire. Okay? So whatever's happening here around love and relationships, we desire each other. We care about each other, actually really fucking deeply in a massive way. We've needed this period of separation of fucking like chill the fuck out, get clear around what it is that we want so that we can take better action around this thing. And then finally, Thundercats or go, I want to say no later than around a 6th of a month or again, the month of June. But we should be getting communication around the 8th of a month. And then, yeah, y'all. This is around business and career. Sit on your motherfucking hands right now. Do you fucking hear me? Okay? This is going to be better for you to take action in June and no later than June. You can start taking action now, but may it be small steps, okay? Or the action that you take right now around business and career, communicate, network, exchange information. Maybe this is a time right now to just gather info so that by June we're able to like take action around something here, okay? But you are going to be victorious. You are going to be successful, but we got to come up with new ideas, bring that to the table, figure out what the fuck we want here, and really kind of, because again, guys, Two of Wands, like, especially around like business, like literally this is new ambitions. This is new, beautiful stuff coming up. This is a success that we have never had before. And it's because we're following our desires and what it is that we actually fucking want. Whew. And with the Eight of Wands, again, this is really going to be focusing on the information that we are receiving and that we are sending out. So make sure with business and career, that information is real, true, double check it. Hopefully it's also helpful on top of that. And again, gearing us towards what it is that we do want around our business and career. Guys, this is around our health. Whoo! Listen, maybe we haven't had answers for a minute, okay? Maybe we've been doing research, trying to gather information. Listen, some information should be coming in soon, and we're going to have success around this thing. So whatever the fuck, if we got to get surgery, maybe we got to replace a kneecap or something. We're going to be having success around this because, again, this is a card of a lot of movement. So especially whoever got card pile number 2, we're having problems with like literal physical movement. You will be receiving your movement again, okay? So maybe this is also a time to think about getting into like a physical therapist, a chiropractor, acupuncturist, whatever you feel drawn towards, somebody here that can help you limber the fuck up and really start taking care of yourself that you can also do at home, okay? Because I think that's important with the Two of Wands here. So around health, just know we will be receiving movement here soon and like literally physically with our body, with all this fire. This is going to be just know everything's going to be okay. All right. So if we got to get surgery, this is actually going to move very quickly here soon. If we're looking for answers, this should be coming in very quickly. And not only are we going to be finding the answers, we're also going to be finding solutions. God bless. So hold on to that. And again, it feels like no later than June here with the Six of Wands. So may you gear what you're going towards, especially around your health, around what it is you do want, not your fears and worries, what you think is going to happen. Okay. And again, look, if you've had a previous situation where it's made you feel that way and you're terrified of what's to come next, I get it. Make sure you got the support to help you through this, okay? Because I do think this is saying a lot of it is saying, even though this is all cards of action and fire, especially with the Eight of Wands, this is one of communication, fast thinking, fast speaking, like make sure everything's lined up, okay? Okay. God, for anything else, again, this just feels like you've got to pay attention. This just feels like you got to pay attention to the timing of everything, okay? And so, again, have that ear to the ground, have your trusted person, or maybe even, too, just trusting in your inner fire. Guys, I want to say, too, even with fire here, this usually represents spirit to me. So calling on your loved ones in spirit to guide you here, to bring you a sign around the things that you're trying to find success on. Don't be afraid to work with spirit, y'all, because whenever we do that, fucking miracles occur. And you're like, Sarah, that's weird. Well, give it a fucking try. I know that's weird. Give it a try. Direct the energy. Say it out loud. If your grandma was really good about getting shit done, call on grandma to get your ass in gear so you can take care of yourself and get things moving. If your grandfather was a famous researcher, call on him to help you find the answers around your health issues. Do you feel? So don't be afraid. Look, I know I felt like I was ready to punch you. I'm not, I swear to God. I'm feeling this message. And Spirit just wants to remind you, like, they're there to help you. They're there to support you. Work with them and tell them what you need so that they can show up in the ways that you were looking for. And don't be afraid to look for the signs as they let you know that they're there for you. Okay? Okay. So, long story short, wait to take action until we receive that piece of information or it feels like Thundercats or go. Trust ourselves and gear yourself towards what it is that you want and your desires, and watch as success and victory is yours. You got this, card pile number 2. Card pile number 3. Let's fucking talk about it. This is beautiful. Listen, here's your cards. Your first one is the Page of Wands. Your second card is the Knight of Swords. And your final card here is the Nine of Wands. Let's talk about it. All right, the first thing I picked up when I got this card pile number 3, listen, for whoever the fuck card pile number 3, if you are focused on career and work this week, something's finally breaking through. Do you fucking hear me? And my nips could cut glass. Card pile number 3, you owe me a bra. All right, listen. Page of Wands, whenever it shows up. This is a court card. So again, this is usually somebody showing up on the scene to help or to hinder us. Sometimes too, this is even the energy that we got to take on to get through the week. The Page of Wands, y'all, like, again, this is usually career, and ambition. And so like messages around that are coming in around our career and our ambitions, what the fuck we're going for here. I know it's hard to see in this card, but in the background of this card is a picture behind him. And in that picture is a ship on a crazy sea. So it's kind of saying that like career lately has been choppy seas. Things have been all over the place. Maybe we've been trying to find a more peaceful space. Where the fuck do we belong? Now with the Knight of Swords, again, another court card. This guy's a little bit older than the page. Pages are usually like younger kids, like, I don't know, like pre-teens, teenagers. Knights make me feel like 20s to 30s. Kings, queens, you guys get it. So with the Knight of Swords here, this guy's ambitious. He's ready to fucking go. He does not think before he leaps. He's ready to fucking do this thing. This guy is ready at the drop of a fucking coin. All you got to do is let him know Thundercats are go. And this bitch has been ready. And then finally with the Nine of Wands, this is prudence. This is tenacity. This is anticipation. This is can't stop, won't stop. So this is like anticipating something. And with the 9 here, something's coming to an end. So the reason why the first thing I picked up about business and career is that some kind of weight here is coming to the end. You've been ready to fucking take off, and this is going to be a message around your career and ambition. Whew. It's going to be good. Hold on to your booty flaps. All right. For anybody else. All right. So for love and relationships, this is interesting because I feel like with the Page of Wands here again, we've been waiting on a message to come in. We've been waiting on something here, y'all. So around love and relationships, and it's almost like maybe we've taken this time to really sit down and think about what's been most important to us within this relationship. And like, you're ready for this thing to happen. You can feel this thing's about to cycle up, and you're like ready to jump into this and have this conversation. You feel very passionate. You're ready mentally, prepared for this thing. You're ready to fucking go. You just wish this thing would already fucking break through so we could have this fucking conversation, maybe get this thing over with so we can get to the good part. You know what I mean? So around love and relationships, again, we're waiting for that message to come in that Thundercats are go, or that maybe another person is ready to have a conversation. Maybe even too, there might have been some issues around career within this relationship. And so maybe feeling like another person was choosing their career over the relationship. And like, maybe hopefully this person has found maybe a better balance. Maybe that was another person. Maybe that was you. Maybe we found a better balance here. And with the Nine of Wands, like, I'm not going to give up on my career and ambitions, but I'm also not going to give up on this relationship. And so just know, with the Page of Wands, usually this is a positive message. And with these two cards, it just feels like it comes in quick and hot, and it finally ends something here that we've been waiting on, okay? But it does feel good to me. And with Wands here, again, this is fire, this is passion. With Swords, this is the mental space, logical, rational. I mean, not always, but, usually they're seen that way. A little emotionally reserved, But with wands, they are not emotionally reserved. Emotions are front row center. They're VIP, actually. Um, so I want to say too, within the love and relationships this week, don't jump headfirst into this thing, okay? Again, just sit down and really think about what it is, like what's most important. Does this relationship make sense, especially with your career and the work that you're doing? So again, maybe there's this weird space where we feel like we got to choose between career and relationship. Is there a way that we can choose both and make this thing work? It's going to be exhausting and tiring, but like it's worth it. It's worth the effort. It's worth the energy. It's worth this passion that I feel with this person, because it just feels like the message is coming through for you, or maybe even the other person around this connection relationship is definitely one of passion, and feels like spirit brought us together. And it feels like maybe even here too, being with this person literally helps my career somehow this week, y'all. Card pile number 3, your love relationships or relationships of any kind that we're dealing with this week also help propel our literal career. And our passions and our ambition in some way, shape, or form. This is around, again, business and career. I told y'all, like, the wait is fucking over. Something should be coming through this week. Just know that this message should be showing the fuck up and should be really fucking good. And you've been ready, okay? You've been fucking ready. So before we cross any T's or dot any I's, make sure that we're really thinking about this thing before we fully commit to it. Make sure that you're getting all the information you need in order to make the best choice for you, my friend, okay? So don't jump into this thing. Think rationally, clearly, think a little forward ahead, all right? And just make sure that this thing actually makes sense. For health, this makes me feel like we're going to get an answer this week. Yeah, we've been waiting on something. We've been waiting on a test result. We've been waiting on an answer. We've been waiting on a diagnosis. We've been waiting on maybe even just getting into the fucking doctor. Whatever it is this week, we should be receiving a message that the wait is over, and that, are you ready to meet tomorrow or some shit? Do you know what I'm saying? And you're like, fuck yeah, I've been ready. Let's motherfucking do this. So just know this week, especially around our health, if we've been waiting on some kind of answer to come in, diagnosis, understanding, schedule, like whatever the fuck's going on here, it's coming through this week, okay? So just know that. If this has to do with surgery, we might be getting a younger surgeon here, but I feel like this person knows what the fuck they're doing. And I feel like they come highly accredited. They highly accredited. Okay, you guys get it. The point is, this person knows what the fuck they're doing, okay? So I feel like this person, I also feel like too, whoever's got to get surgery with card pile number 3, this is going to be a long surgery, okay? So whoever's getting surgery, this is going to be a long one, but you're going to be okay. Do you hear me? All right. So just prep for along those lines, prep your family for it too. Or we might even get a message this week that surgery is going to be a long one, but this is going to, hopefully take care of the fucking issue. All right, they're going to get there and take care of it. Or there might even be an exploratory feel to this surgery, that if we have to do that, they also set that up this week. For anything else, there might also, because pages also, for me, whenever they come up, can also talk about our children. So there might be something here about, one of our kids' impulsivity this week. I don't know if this is a weird thing to say, but maybe one of our kids has ADHD. So maybe we're having to deal with that and those themes. Maybe we're coming to terms with that, and we're noticing that something's going on here. And we're in it to win it, to help this kid get what the heck they need so that they can have a more stable kind of way of like handling things, doing stuff with themselves, their schoolwork, do you know what I mean? Anything and everything. And also too, there's a shortage on ADHD medication right now. So God bless parents having to deal with that. And the fucking adults, because it's fucking heinous. Side note. This week could be another theme around kids and just making sure they have what they need, advocating for them, and seeing that, like, hey, we might have some ADHD here. There's something going on with one of the kids in school, and just getting them the help and the support that they need. Maybe it's been a long journey here, trying to figure out what's going on with this kid, making sure they got what they need again. And there might have been some anger issues connected to this for the kid too. So again, I feel like, especially if this has to do with ADHD, your kid's got ADHD, or we find that out this week, that getting them on this medication, getting them the support and help that they need with it actually takes away a lot of the anger and the frustration that they've been feeling. Okay. So that feels really good to me. Also, I want to say with card pile number 3, September is, okay, in it to win it till September, or September is that fucking go point, no later than September. All right, y'all, with the 9 of Wands here, and or I'm looking around the 9th of a month. But again, as cycles coming to an end, the answers are incoming. Thundercats are motherfucking go. We fucking got this, guys. It's going to be good. All right. So, hope to God that was helpful. Guys, any and all feedback helps me to grow. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the joy. Thank you for the honor. And thank you most importantly for trusting me to do this work, to do what the fuck I love to do, and to like yell at you guys and about your week and how to help yourselves. And thank you for just joining me here, trusting me. And I just love you guys with all my heart. All right, middle fingers for no, could call for yes. Let me know how the fuck it was. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.